Hey guys, Nolan here. I did have another topic that we were going to talk about today, but you know what? A few members of the Little Cruiser Guild gave me a different idea. What idea, Nolan? I'm so glad you asked. A couple subscribers asked me if I would look into a Facebook group. Yeah, this is going to go real well. Now, I'm not going to say what Facebook group because I'm not going to advertise other people, whether it's good or bad, and from what I'm gathering, this is going to be very interesting. I haven't signed up, so this could all be for nothing, seeing as I may not get approved. You know how horse people can be on Facebook.
I didn't even go here.
Okay, here we go. Your membership is pending approval. Answer these questions for the group admin to help review your request to join. Only admin and mods will, yeah. Why do you want to be a member of and how did you discover the group? Okay, so do I say that my subscribers are pushing me because I'll get a lot of material from here? Do I put that? Probably best not to do that. That's probably not good. Okay, how about something like, forgive my squeaky chair, everybody, I'm sorry. So how about something like, you know, I am an eager horse person, equestrian, try equestrian, that's a better word. Equestrian who is always looking to learn. I need some other flowery crap that goes in there. And wants to better my relationship with my equine partner without any fight. Oh, now that's just, like, that is just not gold. Do you think you can successfully and fully train a horse without the use of spurs, whips, crops, tie downs, bits, other potential violent... Wait, hold on, Judy. What? You think... Yeah, okay. You think using spurs is used violently? Okay. Now, I can get it at one point. Like, it depends on how you're training. Like, if you're, you know, digging that spur in, making spur marks left, right, and center, and just, like, a shish kebab skewer, but you're just trying to say that any type of use of a stick is violent? Alright, well, now we're going to have to really fudge some answers. Watch me, like, not even get into this thing, right? Like, sorry, Nolan, we see you coming a mile away. This might be really good, especially when they see that I have had a chain over my horse's nose during show days, so... Oh, boy. Don't look at my pictures, honey. Okay, so next. Group rules. I agree, okay. Be kind and supportive. Politics and religion. Please don't push. Yeah, gotcha. You can't block admit. What now? I still see you, and you will be removed from the group if you block an admin. Dirty deletes. No complaints about the group or admins. Complaints will be deleted and you will make no bad. What now? Oh my gosh. Okay. So in other words, is the admins can bitch about you, but no complaints about the group to the admins. I have never ever, now please know, I have not been on a lot of Facebook groups. I won't lie, I have not been on a lot of them. But like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. No complaints about the group or the admins. Or you're banned. We banish you from this land. Okay, now I have to get into this place. I have to get into this group.
24 hours later.
And we're back. And guess what? I'm shocked. We got approved. Not gonna lie, I was not expecting to be approved. I thought they were going to do like a little background check on who Nolan M Cruz is and realize he's probably a wolf in sheep's clothing. But hey, I have no prejudgments. Let's just see what they offer. The rules were kind of funny yesterday, and maybe I'm just missing something. All right?
1 hour later.
Apparently, some people don't know what non-violent means. Here you go. It should be obvious that hitting, popping, clocking, whipping, kicking, etc. is not promoted or encouraged in this group. Comments encouraging violence will be deleted and offenders muted and or banned. Non-violent means using peaceful means rather than force, especially to bring about political or social change. Okay, what do we got here? What else we got? Low-key whipping a horse. So this ought to be good. You're kidding me, right? The girl has no bridle on, no reins, no nothing. You're telling me that That was low-key whipping Okay. To say something like crops, whips, spurs, they're all violent is a little bit extreme. And by a little bit, I mean really extreme. Anything is violent in degrees. So if I say I'm going to use a stick, if I whip the shit out of the horse at a 10, that is violent. That is violent. But if all I do is this with it at a 1, you're trying to say that both of them are violent. It's not. I guess that's just my opinion. What do I know? But in my opinion, that is not. Or then we take it to a different example. The spur. The spur is violent. Yup, if you're going to skewer your horse with your spur, yes, that's violent. If all you do is, once again, this with the spur, that's not violent, honey. But let's take it a bit further. Patting your horse. If I pat my horse and say, good job, you're trying to tell me that's violent? That wouldn't be seen as violent, right? But if I take it to a 10 and smack the crap out of them, that would be violent. Once again, it's all to do with degrees. But unfortunately, with this group and this admin and her followers, she believes that it doesn't matter the degree, whether it's 0.5 or a 10, it doesn't matter. It's all violent. There's a problem there. There's a very big problem there. Okay, so this person says, so let's have a nice debate about why you think bits and spurs hurt horses. I truly want to see the reasons for... Okay, let's hear this. Okay, so what we got is our admin is posting all these articles that she's found. Here's the thing about articles. Articles can be slightly biased. And by slightly, I mean they can be very biased. Because who knows who's sponsoring for the article to be written? Are they getting paid for it? Does the person have a biased opinion on it to begin with? Meaning they lean towards one side or the other. That's the hard thing about articles. As much as there's been research for this side of things, there's also been research over here too. So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. The 87% reduction in pain signals from the removal of the bit shows that the bit was the main cause of pain amongst horses. Now, what this guy says makes a bit more sense. Used improperly and too soon, they can lead to pain and be a big cause. But to say they cause pain no matter what is ignorant, and not to mention having yourself as... Well, geez, sorry, Alice, we're down the rabbit hole. We're on one thing and we're kind of tumbling down now. When I thought we were going to, come into this, I was expecting the admin to be very much an equestrian bully and a know-it-all, which she has proven time and time again that she kind of is. But it's not like the other people in this group aren't bullies themselves. Like, it's just like a whole infestation of them. You have like the cult leader, you have the know-it-alls, you have the keyboard trainers, and they're all just in there. You got all the followers in there too. It's just like, this video that I'm making right now is going to be pretty pathetic, because I don't know what to say about this. He goes on about, say the pain is caused no matter what is ignorant. And then, like, he's made his point, and then he goes, and not to mention, having yourself as 3 admins on this page is ridiculous. And he used it to push your agenda. You have been called by this group complete and total bias, ignorant opinion on horses. True, we have seen that. As our admin says, my agenda is non-violent equestrians and I will push it. If you think being a non-violent equestrian is biased and ignorant, this is not the group for you. This is a lot. This is a lot to take in. Here's the thing, and I've said this with know-it-alls, and I've said it with just bullies to begin with. They get a little grain of information, and then they run blind with it. Usually right into a tree, or maybe off a cliff. And we have a similar thing here. What she's trying to go after is not out of this world. Trying to keep abuse, like take abuse away, horses shouldn't be abused, yada, yada, yada. I'm all for that. Horses should not be in abusive situations. You can't make horses do things. And when you start making them do things, all the training and all that goes to shit. She's not wrong there. However, when her response to things like this is read rule number 2, no complaints about the group or admins, or you will be banned. That's that's the best response you got. I mean, I'm just kind of brought into the realization that we're kind of dealing with the Queen of Hearts here.
Her Royal Majesty, the Queen of Hearts.
No complaining about the group or the admins. If you do, you will be banned. Off with their head.
Tomorrow for sure.
So I've spent a bit more time on this Facebook page. And what I will say is the admin is trying to go for something. She has a goal in her head, what she believes in. I don't think it's what she believes in that people have a problem with. I mean, I don't have a problem with, her path that she wants to push, her agenda that abuse needs to be dealt with. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, it's the execution that people aren't going to take seriously, and then her goal gets thrown in the garbage. If the best you can say when you're trying to push your agenda or trying to push your thoughts and your beliefs on somebody, when they disagree, the best you can say is, well, you're banned. If you want to be able to push a message or make a change in any industry, not just horses, but any industry, you can't have a temper tantrum when somebody disagrees with you. And let's just say you're at a 2 and your person who is opposing you is at a 10. You cannot match them at a 10 and expect to be still respected. You gotta stay cool down at the 2 and prove your point without going over the top. And also something to think about is you're trying to make a group to push your message. Right? This is why she's done this group. To make kind of a movement. To get more equestrians involved in it. To spread the word. The bad problem is every single person who is in the group, which is only, like 2,000 people? Which I know people are going to say, that's a lot of people. It is a lot of people, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. How many of those people have multiple accounts? The admin has 3 accounts that are exactly the same. They're backup accounts. If you want to spread a message and make a movement, not only you have to realize it's going to take time. It doesn't take, oh, I have a Facebook thing and, in a year we're going to make a change. No, things take a lot of time. It takes years, it takes decades. Instead of looking at the end goal and I want to change things, I want to change how the equestrian world looks at abuse, instead of looking at that goal and saying, how do I get there? How do I change people's minds? How do I convince them that her way is the way to go? Instead of doing that, anybody who doesn't agree with her way, she bans. So it ends up, you're just feeling your opportunity, this page, this opportunity to make a change, instead of bringing in more people to convince them, instead you keep kicking them out when they don't agree with you. You're not going to be doing a movement there. As I say, you're building a cult. Hey guys, I just want to quickly jump in here, because as I'm editing this and I'm seeing what I wrote, which, by the way, I'm sorry that I seem so out of it on here, because honestly, there's a lot to take in. I've been out of drama for like 7-8 months now, and it's so weird to go back into drama when you realize how much a good supportive community can be at your farm and all that, and your coach and all that. You don't realize how chaotic the drama really is in the horse world until you step away from it for a long period of time. I did want to just quickly jump in here because this part is really fascinating me, because as I say, I've been on this damn Facebook page for a couple days now, and I'm ready to resign from it. I did want to point in one other thing, and that was the whole goal of this Facebook page, at least from me coming in with, a clean slate. The whole goal was to spread awareness about horse abuse and kind of create a following and a movement to kind of stop it. Am I off the mark there? Let me know in the comments down below, because maybe I'm really off the mark. What I found, though, is very much that's not the case. It seems to me, and once again, this is just my opinion, so please do not execute me, the Queen of Hearts, there she is right there. It seems to me this has nothing to do with horse abuse. This has nothing to do with trying to stop it and all that. This seems more and more about the egos of the horse industry. This seems more and more about the admin's personality and how she wants to appear that she's better than how many other equestrians. That because she believes in this, she's actually held up higher than anybody else. And that if you agree with using a spur, or if you agree with holding a crop, or whatever, that you are below her and you should be executed, pretty much. Who she keeps is people who she can hold court over. Who she can be above and let them kind of fluff her up, if that's the right word. And if you don't fluff her up and go, oh, hail master, you're banned. The whole point should be about animal abuse and how we want to stop the horse abuse in the horse industry, yada, yada, yada. But it seems like that goes off in na-na land, and it seems more about how she is affected. How she is being talked to. How she is being attacked. Even if just people, I've watched comments on there who are, people are just trying to have a conversation of, why do you feel that way? And they're banned. But this shouldn't be surprising, seeing as the horse industry is so full of so many bullies, and a lot of the bullies are created because of egos, arrogance, thinking somebody's better than the other. And this seems to be no different in this Facebook group. As I say, if they really believed that they wanted to make a change and wanted to stop horse abuse, they would not be banning every single person who questions them. Why do you feel that way? As I say, if when you have a rule that says, do not complain about the admin or the group, or you're banned, we have a problem. Because once again, this has nothing to do, she's taking things very personally, and something just sets her off, and then, as I have seen, many things get deleted, so she's always looks like she's in the right. There's a lot going on here, but as I say, we shouldn't be shocked because the horse industry is full of these people. It's very frustrating when it ends up not being so much about stopping horse abuse, and it ends up being more about inflating one's own ego. You're filling your whole place with people, of yes people who just agree with you. If you don't agree with her, she then bullies you. You're not gonna make a change. As I say, the woman doesn't have the wrong idea. She's not wrong with what she's trying to go after. She wants to stop abuse. Okay, great. But if your way of doing that is banning people, banishing them to the wastelands, and if you come back, we're going to execute you, you're not doing anything like that. Like, it's not happening. Like I say, I go through these pages, and there's a lot of things that I agree with. Like, trying to force horses by putting in a sharper bit to make things happen. I agree, it's not gonna happen. Right? Taking spurs and, holding on with your spur dug in your horse's side, it's not gonna happen. I agree with that. But to say, just wearing spurs, don't even have to use them. These little nubby little things, these little baby spurs as we call them, you use that's violent. That's cruelty to those animals. I've literally just come across an article that they have posted saying that grooming your horse is violent and cruel. There's an article, let me say that again, because I don't think anybody's going to hear me or understand me because I think it's a bit too outrageous. Grooming your horse is violent and cruel. That is all. Another thing that they have pointed out, I can't even find it where it is. People who ride with a closed fist, that's hard on the horse's mouth. We need to keep the fingers open and soft. Not true. This, and then coming in and banging them each time you want to do, like, you want to touch the rein to supple them, which I know, there's how many people here who don't agree with suppling the horse. They should just let them do what they want to do, which is going to be more problematic down the road, but once again, that's not my fight to make. No. If you come like this, and then you come on hard, it's a shock, it's a bang, it's not soft at all. As much as we think in our brain that this is softer, it's not. This is actually softer because it's a constant feel. So that we can do little movements like this, and it actually means something. Whereas, as I say, do this and then bang, all these people are thinking of is what's in front of them right here. Instead of looking at what's going on here or what's going to be like in the future, all they think about is what's in their face right here. Another thing was, when they do something naughty, don't say no. Okay, I do kind of get that. Because in training, you can't focus all your energy on all the things your horse is doing wrong. Focus on the things that they're doing right. Ignore the stuff they're doing wrong and work on what needs to be done. I agree with that. But when they do something wrong, you don't give them a cookie. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and she has made it clear, she has said it many times on this page, that she doesn't know a lot and she's just learning. That's fine. Everybody's got to learn, everyone's got to figure out what works for them. Unfortunately, what works for her will not work for the people over here. And what works for these people over here may not work for her. Every horse is an individual, just like every single person is an individual. Does that mean I think put a gag bit in and reef the bugger's back molars out? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, while bitless may work for this, that doesn't automatically mean bitless is going to work for every single horse. Just like a bit's not going to work for every single horse. Saying that when you use a bit that is violent and that is cruelty to the animals, you kind of lost all your credentials at that point. When you say that a bit just being in the mouth is cruelty and it's violent. Doing this with a stick is violent. Having spurs on and just is violent. I have, as I say, the spur dug in and I am making my horse a shish kebab. Yeah, that's violent. If I'm going to reef the back molars constantly just because I don't want to use my body while riding, yeah, that'd be violent. I'm going to whip the shit out of my horse and he's got welts all over him because he made me look bad at a show. Yes, that's violence. That is cruelty. But when you say that anybody who wears a set of spurs is cruel, as I say, we get to the point of patting the horse is going to end up being cruel. To the point of, why are we even riding them? That would be cruel. With this mentality. Why do we even have them in our barns? They have to be living outside all the time. That is cruel. Hell, we're going to get to the point where we say, shit, they shouldn't even be living in paddocks. That's cruel. Naturally, they are out in fields and all that. They're wandering. Get rid of the fences. They should just be wandering over the roads and all that. Because anything else is cruel. Where does it stop? Like, as I say, I am all for stopping violence and cruelty and all that and abuse to animals. I am all for it. The execution, however, she's going to struggle. That's all I'm going to say is she has an idea of what she wants. Her end goal, I see where she's going. How she's going to get there, nobody's going to take her seriously. Unfortunately, she's got too much of an ego. She says this is a support group. Meanwhile, there is no support. You either agree with her or you're wrong.
Ah! Flip their heads!
As I say, I could go through all this, and as I say, a lot of stuff that's posted here, I could see why people would think that was cruel. But there are other things, as I say, that she is taking it just a bit too far. Does she think that somebody who rides in dress boots, where they're stiffer, that's cruel because that's harder on the horse's sides? We should be wearing half chaps instead, or maybe nothing at all? Why don't we go on our bare feet? And that's pretty much everything I have for today. My gosh, I don't know if I should thank you subscribers or not, because that was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, as I'm in the middle of editing this, it's a messy video to begin with. I think I will be leaving this group very quickly. There's enough drama in the horse world. We don't need Facebook pages to add to it. And keep a lookout in the oncoming weeks for more videos on horse bullies in our industry. We have a playlist which is linked right up there. Give it a check out. So just to sum it all up, everyone can have their opinion. If you believe holding a crop is cruel or violent, then you can believe that. Just because I don't agree with that doesn't mean you shouldn't feel that way. And I know I sound very PC right now. I get it, but it's true. Everyone's allowed their opinion. If you're trying to make a change, though, you cannot become the Queen of Hearts and shout off with your head. You stay cool so people can gain some respect for you and then grow with what your vision is or what your movement is. If you're seen as a leader screaming her head off with your head, off with your head, ain't nobody gonna be looking at that going, I wanna support her. They're gonna throw your opinion out in the garbage and not wanna look at you, and you'll be known as the crazy person. It doesn't matter if your instincts were perfect or your intentions were great, it doesn't matter. Put your movement first and then push it across. You cannot let your own personal ego, everything get in the way, or else then it becomes more about you than the cause. Just my 2 cents. I could be seen as a wackadoodle right now, and maybe I am, who knows. As I say, I've said it how many times, I'll say it one more time. What she's trying to go for isn't out of this world. How she's executing it, though, she's already dug herself a grave. And now, it's on to you. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of today's video. Have you encountered Facebook groups like this? And if so, have you found that egos are a bit more in the face than the actual cause? Let me know down below. And while you're at it, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as I've said before, and I'll say it again. It's a little thing, but it really does go a long way. And if you haven't already, why not hit the subscribe button and join the Little Cruiser Guild yourself? We have new videos up every week for your entertainment, but also to make this horse world make a bit more sense. And that's pretty much everything I've got for you guys today. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I am Nolan M Cruz, and I'll talk to you later. Ciao!